Hello. I promised my group that I would make a little YouTube video of the hand exercises that we've been practicing. So a couple of people have asked me. So this is for you. Okay. Um, I've got this ball here. It's very squishy. So if you've got a ball at home that you can use that's got a bit of give to it, they probably when you find a ball in your garage, they've usually all got a bit of give to that, haven't they? So try and find something that's got a little bit of give to it, so that you can squeeze to work your hands and to work some strength there. Okay, so we're just going to begin by putting your hand big on the ball and big on the ball. Just check that. Make sure that you've got a really wide grip there. Okay, and then I'm going to get you to turn that ball. So we've been practicing this. I'm going to get you to turn and turn. So can you see? It comes round and it goes 180. If you're going to get the whole rotation of the hand, you're going to go 180 every time. Rotate and rotate. Now, I'm doing this quite high because I want it in the camera's view. This is also working my shoulders, doing it up here. So if you can, whilst you're doing this, make sure you've still got a neck. What will tend to happen is this, okay? So if you can, keep those shoulders down as if it's the easiest thing in the world. Head high and keep working that twist, right? Round and round. That'll do. Go back the other way. And just check periodically, do a few, and then freeze, and just have a check that those fingers are still wide, because what often happens is they get smaller and smaller. So I'm doing a very definite push with a big hand every single time. Change. 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 One more. Change. Good. That will do. So then we're thinking about the fingers. So whilst you're here, just give that ball, I've got my hands wide on the ball again, just give that ball a little squeeze. And we're very good at practicing squeezing, practicing arm grip. So some people have problems with grip. So practice a squeeze. And then I want you to practice lifting. Pointing finger, middle finger, fourth. Fourth is always my hardest. And the little finger. So just work that for a minute or two. Sometimes these two share a nerve. So that's why sometimes when you pick up one, the other one wants to come too. Because they borrow from each other's nerves. Good, and then I'm going to just lift the thumbs away. And again, you might find that you start off getting that much range. You try for as much as you can get, and then after a short while, it turns into a very small lift up. And you know, I would say, oi, lift it higher. It's a big range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, keep that range big. So try some of those. And then we're just going to do a big whole arm work again. I'm going to go backwards so that you can see what I'm doing. So big arm out to one side, pushing up, elbow straight every time, and then big arm out to the other side. Let me flip this little camera up. There. So out to one side, push up, straight arms, out to one side, push up, out to one side, push up, really straighten every single time, out to one side, push up, and you don't need to jerk there, you can go slowly. You know, if you've got one arm that's not as good as the other, well, that's quite helpful because you can slightly use one to help the other one up. push out. See that big hand there? Out. And then up. And then out. 2 more. Up. And then out. 1 more. Up. Elbows. And then out. Good. That'll do. So coming back to those finger movements. And these are tiny muscles. They do fatigue. They do get tired, obviously. So I only do little short work with them and then move to something else, give them a little rest and then make them go again. So big grip on the ball, little squeeze, okay, and then try and lift them up in a different order. So we're going to go pointing fingers, 4th, little finger, ring finger, middle, thumb, pointing, middle, middle, little, little, ring, middle, thumb. Watch my arm here and you can see the muscles twanging as you're working. So pointing finger, middle, ring, do you see that? Little, 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 ring, thumb, pointing, middle, middle, ring, little, little, pointing, thumb. That's one thing when you do it when you're looking. It's another thing when you do it with your eyes closed. So I'm not going to close my eyes for a second because that doesn't make for good telly watching somebody else sleep. So I'll keep my eyes open. But it's worth looking away. Look away from what you're doing and try and do it by feel. A lot of the time when people have problems with hand function, it's not because of the movement part of the process, it's because of the sensory part of the process. So the first thing I ever do when I take somebody and we do an assessment is I get people to close their eyes and I put different coins in their hands and say, tell me what that is, tell me what that is. And they'll have a feel of the different coins. And some people really can't tell the difference when they close their eyes between a 50p and a £1, and they didn't know that. And we don't pay for money in our pockets by pulling it out and looking at it. Generally speaking, if you need to pull £1 out of your pocket to pay for your paper in the morning, you do it by feel. So if you've not got that sensation there going on in your hand, you're not as effective dealing with money. And it isn't to do with the movement, it's to do with the sensation. So this is about feeling your fingers. So close your eyes and do the same thing. Just have a go at doing each one in turn. Nice big movement, remember. And then let's do it one after another. So pointing finger, but don't look. Middle. Ring finger, middle, thumb, little, thumb, 4th, thumb, 1st, middle, 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 ring, ring, hard to do the ring without the littles joining in, little, little, pointing, middle, ring. There we are. Had a go at that. Give your hands a shake, give them a wriggle. Go back to full hands. Round we go. 1, 2, 3, change. 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 Last one. Change. Rest. Okay. Doesn't have to be that big, that fast, but it can be. Okay. Last thing then. Last one of this little batch. I've got another batch to do, which I will put on for you in a day or two. So once you've got this mastered. Okay, I've practiced hard. Let's see if I can do it. So what I'd like you to do is start with the thumb of one hand and the finger of the other. And then moving along so that one hand's going down the other hand's going up. You meet in the middle, and then you do, and then you do that. Okay? So this hand I started with a thumb, this hand I started with a little finger. And I move up with this one and down with that one. We'll do it in time. That's fun, isn't it? So start off thinking about it. Start off looking if you need to look. And see, I've obviously got a cheat because I've got the screen in front of me. I don't know if it helps or hinders, if I'm honest. So think about one at a time, one going up, one going down, and then reverse it. I can do it, but I can't talk at the same time. So have another go. So you're going to start with the thumb and the little finger. Can you hear the brain whirring? We did it. Okay, so that's a little extra. You're still working the hand function, you're working the big hand function, but you're also working your coordination there. So it's 2 for 1. 2 for 1, imagine. Great. Okay, so give the ball a squeeze. And nearly everything we've done is working to that open hand position. Because often we find that things get that the hand gets quite rigid and tight and flexed. And if you practice, many people, if they've got poor hand function, practice squeezing something to give them good hand function. But all that happens then is your hand gets tighter and tighter and tighter. So what we often have to practice is opening that hand out. And when you've really got an open hand, can you see it pales? So if you think you've got an open hand, look at the colour of your hand. And if you really open your hand, it pales. You see? So that's what I look for when I'm being a physiotherapist with a class. I look for that paling of the hand when people are working, because then I know if I'm not seeing that, I can ask them to work a bit harder. Right, one more to go. Then you're off the hook for this morning. And it's this. So I've got my hands there on the ball. And I'm gonna move. So I'm rotating my body, pushing one shoulder forwards and then pushing the other shoulder forwards. Rotating that ball. Trying to get that circle as big as possible. Now I know what will happen. Some people will be trying to do it like this with the elbows. See if you can keep those elbows straight and work pushing forwards each side of your body. And then work the other way around. So you get a nice rotation happening in the trunk as well. Lovely. Oh look, did you see? And got smaller. That's it. Good. So I'm just balancing with my little finger there and the other little finger there. Okay. So have a go with those. See how you get on. Write in the comments. Let me know how you get on. And when you need it to go up a level, I'll put on the next lot. Now, I've never gone live on YouTube before, and I can't see where to finish. We might be on for a while. Take care, everybody. Have a good week. Bye.